In today's video, we install our freshly, beautifully painted JDM bumper and our even more beautiful Tomei exhaust. Let's go ahead and get right to it. First thing we're gonna do is clean this Tomei exhaust. It's very dirty. You just wanna use water and soap when it comes to titanium. You don't wanna use any chemicals or anything like that. Just water and soap and you'll get this baby looking brand new. Now let's get into the removal of the old exhaust. And I already made a video on this, but just in case, it's very simple. 2 bolts here, 2 bolts there, and then just a couple of hangers at the end, and you'll get your old exhaust out of the car. I feel so dumb and slow. I was trying to get a before and after sound on the exhaust, on the old exhaust, so then we could listen to how the Tomei sounds. And I turned on the car and I'm like going crazy. Like I turned it on and it's just like super choppy, like going ba 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 ba, like super choppy, smoking, like super rich. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like I had to check over like the coils, spark plugs and everything. And then I realized I removed my intercooler. I haven't installed the ETS 3.5 inch intercooler. So let's go ahead and do that. That way I could get a before and after on the exhaust. That was super silly of me. Like I started like checking everything and I'm like, oh wait, there's no intercooler. Anyways, just for the intercooler, in this car it is a bit different because in Japan they don't require the crash beam. So this car doesn't have a crash beam. I might have to remove some of these like air guiders, I guess you could call them. But let's see, it should be pretty simple. Bolt on, I also made a video on this. So if you want a detailed specific video on how to install an intercooler, I'll put it here, I'll put it at the end of the video. It is crazy to me how heavy this exhaust is compared, I'm not even kidding, there's probably like a 25-pound exhaust, and the Tomei, which I weighted in my previous video, is 13 pounds. There's probably maybe even more, I'm not sure, but just the Tomei, look at how simple, clean, and then anyways, if anybody wants an exhaust, I know I'm talking crap about it, but it did sound pretty good. Hit me up in the DMs on Instagram. I'll sell it for cheap. Hopefully local, I don't want to have to ship this. So now before I go ahead and install the Tomei, let's go ahead and remove this JDM rear for the other JDM rear. Just to cover again, look at how clean this car is. Crazy. Anyways, all the bolts still sync plated and everything. But just to cover, you have a couple of bolts here. I made a full video of how to do this, but just in case, bolt back here behind this, and then we have to remove the headlights because there's some bolts here, and then other ones behind here on this side. If you guys want to see everything in detail, I'll go ahead and link that in the description for you guys. onto the rivets and swapping this bracket over to the new bumper. This is exactly the same as the USDM bumper, but we have to drill through all of these rivets to remove this whole entire bracket that goes on the bumper, swap it over to here, rivet it as well, and then I'm gonna have to figure out something for lighting. Let's see how this one is, but this one might be way easier than the USDM because it's JDM to JDM. Anyways, let's just get to it. All the brackets have been riveted and the back bracket has been bolted up to the bumper, but we are running into issues, unfortunately, but it's okay. I sort of expected something like this to happen, but not really. The USDM, well, not, what am I saying? Not the USDM, the JDM Evo 8 bumper runs a little bit different than the Evo 9 JDM bumper because the lights for the license plate, they just have these little brackets that bolt up to the Evo 8 bumper like so, right here, to these two little tabs that it has, and then it just aims to the license plate. Unfortunately for the Evo 9 bumper, it's a completely different bracket, and I didn't know this, so I didn't buy it in time, so we're just gonna install this like this, and then once I get it, I'll install the bracket. But it's a bracket that comes from here all the way to this side right here, and I'm guessing it aims down, so I already have the harnesses and everything ready. It's just a matter of getting that bracket, and I ordered the bracket, and unfortunately that bracket is gonna come from Japan, and the dealer told me up to 16 weeks. Hopefully it's a lot sooner. It is what it is. I want to do this right. I know I could custom make a bracket and do it like I did with the USDM, the gray Evo, but I want to do it right. I want to do this like if it came from the dealer. So I already ordered this bracket right here. And then also I noticed the bracket, I'll put it here on the screen, the bracket, the holes of the bracket are a lot larger than these light bulbs right here, than these light assembly. Like it doesn't have the two holes right here to the side. So if anybody here watching this video has a right-hand drive Evo 9 or has a right-hand drive Evo 8 with a Evo 9 JDM bumper, let me know what light bulb goes on that bracket, because I think the light bulb, like the light assembly, is completely different, which is surprising. I tried searching online and I haven't found anything at all. But if you guys know what light assembly goes there, please let me know, DM me, send me a part number or anything. I hope I could get the original one. Maybe it is that one, it's just the bracket looks different, but we'll see once I get it. Before I go ahead and install the JDM bumper and the Tomei Exhaust, I feel like this is a perfect opportunity to install our Rear Whiteline Swaybar, which by the way, $20 off, WL4036. I'll put the code right here on the left-hand side. You guys could save some money by purchasing all of this Whiteline stuff. Anyways, for Whiteline, I feel like it's so much easier. We have 2 bolts here, 2 bolts over there, which by the way, I should have zinc plated these brackets. I just noticed that, but I think I'll replace them, we'll see. But it's 2 bolts there, 2 bolts there, and then all of this is just free. Like the exhaust is not on the way, the bumper's not on the way. So I think this is the perfect time to do this now that nothing's on the way. So let's go ahead and switch this out again. It's pretty easy, 2 bolts, and we're good to go. I am speechless at how good the JDM bumper and the Tomei came out on the red Evo. The red is really growing on me. Let me go ahead and clean the exhaust with some brake parts cleaner, and then I'm gonna show you the before and after. Very loud, a little bit too loud actually. I'll show you guys something in a little bit. Let me turn off the car. I did want to mention real quick, just because the exhaust does sound a bit loud, this car does have an exhaust leak right here on this O2 housing. It's actually an O2 dump, a MAP O2 dump housing, which one I don't really like for a motor that's completely stock. And the gasket is leaking on the O2 housing, so that's why it sounds a little bit odd, and it's also an O2 dump. If you guys want to know how it sounds with a complete healthy exhaust all the way down, then just go ahead and watch the install on the GG Evo, because that one, still love the Tomei, man. It looks so good. I have to tell you guys, if you guys have an Evo 8 or an Evo 9, you have to do the JDM bumper and the Tomei exhaust. Best exhaust, at least to me, hands down. And best bumper out of all the generations. I love the JDM bumper. It's just the way it looks, nothing beats that look, at least to me in my eyes. And now, like I've been saying in the whole entire video, if you guys are interested in seeing in detail how to install a JDM bumper, watch this video right here. And if you want to watch how to install the Tomei, watch this video right here. Until the next one, like always, keep grinding and stay safe.